Hi, welcome back to the strategy journey. Hope you are having another great day. Today we are going to focus on the fourth formulation principle of creating a blue ocean strategy. So up to now we have discussed three formulation principles, and this is the last one in the series of blue ocean strategy planning. Before getting into the details of the fourth formulation principle, which is about getting the strategic sequence right or getting the right strategic sequence, before getting into the details of this, I would like to remind you about the three formulation principles that we have discussed up to now. The first one was reconstructing market boundaries, where we introduced 6 parts framework in order to create new market boundaries for the brand new market space. And secondly, we discuss about focusing on the big picture, not just the numbers, where we introduce a process of traveling from as is strategy canvas to the to be strategy canvas as a management team for the organization, where we introduced a 4-step visualization process. Thirdly, we discussed about reaching beyond existing demand, where in order to create a blue ocean strategy, in order to create a growing, very powerful blue ocean strategy, just reaching out to customers is not enough. So you have to reach out to the non-customers of your segment, you have to reach out to the non-customers of your industry. So we discussed all that under that principle. So with all that, we concluded our discussion of first three principles. Now what is the fourth principle of getting the right strategic sequence? What it does, it wraps up all these three principles by concepts and to build a viable business model to execute the blue ocean strategy. So basically it comes out with a product called viable blue ocean strategy, supportive blue ocean strategy friendly business model to successfully execute the idea in the marketplace. Before we present the details of the fourth formulation principle, I have a small advice to each one of you. If you don't have a proper understanding about the blue ocean strategy concepts and the principles and the tools that we have discussed up to now, I invite all of you to watch all my videos in the series in chronological order and come to a very good understanding about the blue ocean strategy, because we have to understand, we need to understand much more complex and advanced tools and the principles and the concepts about the blue ocean strategy in the future sessions. So this is my cordial invitation to each one of you to rewatch the full series back again if you want to have a better understanding about the blue ocean strategy. So with that, I will get into this fourth formulation principle, where we introduce a 4-step process like in the case of other principles. In the 4-step process that we introduce about the fourth formulation principle, the difference here is every step we have to pass in chronological order. If you are not confident about the about how successfully you can handle this principle, this step, you should never move to the next step. Let's look at what these are. First one is the exceptional utility. In the blue ocean strategy, we are trying to bring mass of customers to our new blue ocean idea. So if you don't give the exceptional utility in the blue ocean idea, those customers won't come. So you have to create this increased value to the customer, where we introduce a new tool called buyer utility map for this process. And then in the second principle step, what we do is we have to set the strategic pricing. Even if you are given the best utility ever in the world, if you don't set the price in the region where mass of customers that we are trying to attract to this new segment, new market space are attracted, so they will not come, they will not patronize our new industry. So you have to set the strategic price, for which we introduce a new tool called price corridor of target mass, where we introduce 5 factors across 3 categories of products, where we have to set the right pricing in the right region of the strategic pricing region. So thirdly, we have to go to the step of target costing. With the exceptional value, with the first step, we create value to the customer, and where you create value to the organization is by meeting the cost target. Now you have set the price in the second step. Now once you deduct your required net margin, because you do blue ocean strategy in order to grow profits, in order to achieve super profits, in order to achieve extraordinary profit for the organization. So once you deduct that profit that you want to achieve with this blue ocean strategy idea, you will arrive at the target cost that you need to hit, that you need to meet. So in order to achieve this target cost, there are 3-4 actions that you need to take. These are strategic actions like streamlining the operations, cost innovations, and collaborating and collaborative strategy like partnering, and then price innovations. Those tools have to be utilized in order to reach out to the target costing. And then finally, adoption. That is a hurdle that we have to pass through. Ultimately, this blue ocean strategy idea we have to implement through the people. So there are 3 types of people that we are considering here. One is the employees, the 2 is the business partners, 3 is the general public. If the blue ocean idea that we are implementing has an impact to the general public. So these 3 types of people we have to manage through our implementation. If you bring their trust, if you win their commitment, they will give voluntary cooperations, as against the compulsory executions that we have to forcefully get from them in order to create this blue ocean strategy. We know how challenging it is even to implement a red ocean strategy. So this will be much more challenging than implementing a red ocean strategy, because this has a lot of change management aspects. So if you don't get the voluntary cooperations as against the compulsory execution, it will be a really challenging task for you to implement this blue ocean strategy. So once you are successfully through these 4-step process, that means you have completed your 4th formulation principle, that means you have completed your blue ocean strategy formulation altogether. So with that, we come to the end of today's session. I hope that you got a fair idea about all the formulation principles in our last few sessions. So we hope to now move into the execution principles in our future sessions. With that, I remain expecting to see you soon. Have a great day. Thank you.